Good morning everyone, and you're just in time for breakfast. And we've given the butler the morning off, so this time we're in La Terraza, the large buffet restaurant at the rear of the ship, which gives you some gorgeous alfresco dining when the weather allows you to sit outside on the terrace. Oops, I mean La Terraza. Hang on, is that why it's called La Terraza? Oh, the penny's dropped. Still, you can dine here at breakfast, lunch and dinner if you want to, so whenever the weather decides to be kind, you can enjoy the food here with a guaranteed beautiful backdrop. The buffet here is as you would expect from Silversea, 6-star. The breakfasts are fully featured, although it does suffer the same flaw that the vast majority of ships we've been on suffers. No granola! However, the fruit selection is one to particularly mention. I had a plateful every morning, and I've never seen berries that looked like they were picked fresh every single day on any other ship. I bet they have a secret market garden downstairs somewhere. And while we're in La Terraza, we may as well fast forward to lunch, where the seafood and sushi is highly recommended and is served absolutely fresh daily. In the evening, La Terraza becomes an authentic Italian restaurant serving some truly delicious food, as you would kind of expect from a luxury Italian line. That's enough food for now. Let's burn off some of those calories on our first stop of this episode, Belize. Belize City itself is not the sort of place you'd be advised to wander around looking all touristy, as it can be a little bit risky. So if you're going to get off the ship here, you'd be wise to get yourself on an organised excursion. From the varied selection of excursions, cave tubing to flights over the Big Blue Hole to visiting howler monkeys, we chose the snorkeling one, which held much promise of greatness, in most part because we were to be swimming amongst the second largest barrier reef in the world, Central America's Mesoamerican Reef, a mangrove-crusted coral spine stretching more than 600 miles along the coasts of Mexico, Belize, Guatemala and Honduras. And the reef lies around 9 miles from the shore near to where we docked in Belize City. Little did we know that we'd be transported there by a rather laid-back looking speedboat driver whose only speeds were stop and face ripping. Faces suitably ripped, we at last made it through the mangrove isles to the actual reef. It felt a bit spooky being out here in the ocean miles from the shore, but we had a good team with us who warned us not to go over the seaward edge of the reef as it becomes incredibly deep, and in their words, there are things down there more interested in you than you are of them. With these wise words somehow keeping me near the boat through fear rather than sensible snorkeling, we floated around. Rather disappointingly, the combination of a low tide and the mixture of fresh water and seawater because of the currents meant that there wasn't much going on in terms of the variety of sea life. Oh well, we tried, and these things are not guaranteed, you know. At least we can say that we did it without being eaten or killed by the maniac steering the boat. This leads us nicely on into another similarly treacherous excursion. Yes, we're jumping around a bit, but I'm trying to fit it all in, and you needed to see this one too. Our guide was the most American man you've ever seen, and also quite fond of speed, this time over crocodile-infested swamplands in the heart of Florida's Everglades National Park. Don't fall in was the mantra of the day, as we learnt that below us, hiding in the reeds, lay numerous giant female alligators who would have no hesitation of snacking between meals should we topple overboard. Yes, it seems that a lot of things living in the waters around the Americas lack the friendly gene. As I much prefer to do lunch rather than be lunch, we headed back to the Silver Spirit for some fine fare at the Pool Grill. The Pool Grill is the perfect place to eat if the weather is good. It's directly below Spaccanapoli and serves a decent selection of grill food, and there's always plenty on the menu to try. Although given the choice, why do we always pick the burger and fries? If you feel like crashing out after lunch on your favourite sun lounger, at times Silversea will tempt you away to more spiritual activities. And by spiritual, I don't mean prayer and meditation. The martini making demonstration in the Dolce Vita is just the thing to cleanse your palate of the lunchtime excesses. What's more, we all get mini cocktails of those made, and if you ask nicely, and your constitution can handle it, you can have the full-size ones the mixologists make in their demonstration. Well, it'd be a shame to waste them, wouldn't it?
I found love for me. Doesn't just stop right in. Follow my lead.
Fast forward to the evening and back in the Dolce Vita for pre-dinner drinks. All to the relaxed noodlings of the resident guitarist stroke singer, whose renditions of popular songs set to his electric guitar and a loop station go perfectly with a couple of delicate canapes and a martini of choice, from this cocktail menu that we had to work through for scientific purposes. Warning though, the margaritas on board are super strong. We loved them, even if we had a little trouble standing afterwards. Surely it was the ship rocking. Yeah, that was it. While we're reminiscing, were we? There are so many little things we love about this ship. The artwork, which ranges from thought-provoking to head-scratching to mildly erotic. The little placemats made not of paper but of little squares of linen. The unusually curved staircase with its glorious stainless steel balustrading. The preoccupation with orchids, and the perfect geometric canapes, to name but a few. The more you look at this ship, the more beauty you see. Anyway, after those aforementioned margaritas, we wobbled and swayed all the way to Seishin tonight, the other premium dining venue on board that attracts a cover charge. This one's cheaper than La Dame at $40 per head. Seishin is the other tiny restaurant with seating all the way round a sushi prep station right at its heart. Its Japanese cuisine is delicate, artistically presented and beautifully flavoured, and it's well worth the cover charge. If you don't want to pay the cover charge, but still want to sample some of the fabulous dishes here, then come at lunchtime, when the reduced menu is available for free. But fail to come here in the evening and you'll fail to experience this restaurant in full flow.
Be my girl, I'll be your man. I see my future in your eyes. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When I saw you in that dress, looking so beautiful, I don't deserve this. Darling, you look perfect tonight. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. I have faith in what I see.
And if that wasn't enough, there was a chocolate buffet up in the Panorama Lounge. And that's where we're going to leave the Silver Spirit until part 4. Thank you for watching and indeed making it this far. See you soon.
You look perfect tonight. watching.